problem of obscurity. What is the solution to suddenly very rich? Suddenly very rich. Because you that is doing the right thing, he is doing the right thing. But this one will be doing nonsense, but he has eyeballs. Attention. They can put your product in their platform. Everybody will know you. There is value, sir. That is why they are making serious money now. Problem of visibility. Even Christ need people that are to. That is the essence of evangelism. I have everlasting life that can. I'm so sorry. We need to drop it here, but so let's go to the part, because I know the main thing is not this one I'm talking. It's the money. But has this been helpful at all? Please.
He has not yet done what he's told me he's coming to do. However, he also observed that for him to go into that area, there are certain fundamentals that we need to understand. Because I've seen people think, he never touched that area. He never. One or two like money, and I don't understand why. But he knows. Somebody say money answers. I will defend that later. But he knows that if you just jump into that and you didn't handle these fundamentals, you will rush, and before you know it, you come out. This time around, it's not going to talk too long. Listen and be blessed.
Thank you so much. So can we just put it up? Because this is what I do, and I will lose track of time. So let's go to the one that I don't lose track of. This is my purpose. Talking about, and I just hope that you become an entrepreneur, because Nigeria needs you. All the problems of Nigeria. Just the beginning. Bank of Industry is one business that is interpreting and implementing this principle of lovepreneurship. It's one bank that we call God's own bank. We operate by love. And do you know what our interest is? Our interest rate is 10%. What is 10%? Hallelujah. You are in the spirit. So you can see that we are God's own bank. We are lovepreneurs. So we just take only 10% of your interest. Divide 10% by 12. Go forward. Divide 10% by 12. 0.83? Yes. That is what you pay per month. You know, if you have ever borrowed from microfinance bank, I saw Access Bank for less than, in 15 days, 18% in 15 days. And Bank of Industry is giving you 0.83% in 30 days. Multiplied by 12, 10% for the whole year. That means let's bring it to perspective, you borrowed 1 million. 10% of 1 million is what? 100,000. That is all you will pay in a whole year for holding our 1 million. Is that not godly? No. Is that not godly? And yet, I did not date this. Yet, by 2023 December, our total asset is 3.91 trillion. It is over 7 trillion now. For a bank that is charging only 10%. Let's put it in perspective. Commercial banks are charging between 30 to 40% now. 35. And I said between, because the minimum they can charge actually is 27.5. That is what they call the monetary rate, which is set by CBN every quarter. That is the rate they can borrow from central bank. So when they borrow from central bank and they want to give you the loan, you are a risk to them. So they have to mark it up. There is a risk that you will default. They will add an amount to it. There is a risk of everything going wrong in the society. They can add an amount to it. There is the cost of operating their offices. There is the cost of the human being, your officer, that will be chasing you. They will add a cost to it. So every year, commercial banks continue to declare humongous profit. And you don't see them actually giving a lot of Nigerian loan. Do you know why they are declaring profit? They are lending to the government. Government is their borrower. So every year you see that the nation declare budget, and the budget is in deficit. It means that the nation will borrow. They will either borrow local or they borrow international. If they borrow local, who are the ones that normal? Every one of us supposed to lend to our government, but you don't lend. So commercial bank, with all the deposits that you are placing them, they will give it to government. It is cheaper for them to lend to government than to give it to a struggling MSME. Because when you lend to government, you don't need to attach an officer to be monitoring government. Government is solid. Crude oil is being pumped in Niger Delta. So if they don't have the money now, they will pay later. But you have the problem of poor power. You have the problem of poor roads. You have the problem of human beings that don't have integrity working for you. So you yourself, you have the problem of living extra large. So there are so many problems that they will consider and say, no, you are a bad borrower. Let's lend to government. So Bank of Industry have done pretty well. In terms of profit, this year we made over 160 billion. This was 2023. No, when I said this year, that means in 2024. We just did our AGM 2 weeks ago. 160 billion. And we have paid taxes. So we are one agency of government that pay tax back to government. And that is a good thing. Every other government agencies get subventions from federal government every year. Our name is not in the budget every year that, oh, there is a Bank of Industry. They have staff there. Government made provision so that, no, we are the ones sending money back. And government have actually recognized that run professionally and profitably, and they kept on giving us now intervention fund. How many of you have heard about the 200 billion federal government intervention fund? All these are not radio money. Oh. They are not radio money. 75 billion of that is for MSME that can take up to 5 million. Maximum is 5 million. We are struggling now to disburse that. So another 75 billion is for manufacturers, those that can take up to 1 billion. We have exhausted that. But for the MSME, those that want to take up to 5 million, we have not been able to exhaust it. Because you did not hear about it and you never applied. Awareness, visibility, obscurity. So let's move forward. So what does Bank of Industry really do so that you can know whether you can benefit from us? I will just be talking of innovative ways Bank of Industry can solve the problem of Nigeria. Now, the problem of lack of light everywhere. You go to market. Have you noticed that everybody is pushing a better pass my neighbor generator? There is noise everywhere. There is smoke everywhere. Why can't somebody say, no, I belong to this market. Let's organize ourselves. We can invest in a solar farm that provide light to all those stores. You just be metering them. There will be no more smoke. Because market operate in the daytime. Why are you wasting the light from the sun? 2015, I became born again and realized that God has been supplying me NEPA since, but I was the one foolish not to know, and I was still buying generator and whatever. So I went solar. That was the born again. Since then, my children have never shouted up NEPA because they don't know when they take light and when they don't take light. Because when NEPA goes, automatically it switches. How many of you are still living in darkness? Bank of Industry is your light. We have a solar solution that can take care of your house and take care of your community if you can congregate people. I go to university, I tell them, why are you living in darkness? This is the highest citadel of learning. Why must it be in darkness? Why can't we give you a captive power solution? So I'm saying this so that you can have ideas, that you can go to any community and say, I want to provide this. Bank of Industry will give you all that you require. Is it a gas generator, gas turbine you need to set up? We can fund it. Is this solar solution? We can fund it. That is one idea. Another idea is that the issue of our students coming out without skills. We have come up with a program called EASE, Education Around Sustainable Enterprise. What does that mean? Our belief is that every department in a university can float a commercial venture that teaches the practice of the theory that is taught in class. Do you believe that every department is useful? I never knew that. Those that are studying chemistry, I never knew that they were useful. My best friend in secondary school went to study industrial chemistry. I studied mechanical. I was very proud. I said, this guy, you are intelligent now. 8 A's and 7 A's, 2 C. That was what he made. Industrial chemistry. He entered Uniben before us. So he was happy to grab the opportunity. We stayed 1 year before we could get our own admission into engineering. But it was this program that opened my eyes that chemistry is a very beautiful subject. Everything you use at home, your toothpaste, your detergent, your cream, just your insecticide, your perfume, your roll-on, just begin to, they are all product of chemists. So I've told the vice chancellor, why can't we set up a production hub in chemistry faculty where students is a production hub that can serve everybody. All the machines that you need to produce, because they are students. If you have an idea of a soap, just come there, mix whatever, and produce. You don't need to own the machine. You just pay to use it and go and market your own. So it is a central hub that serves a lot of people. We need those kind of solutions. Agricultural department can have a poultry farm. Let the university be feeding the entire community. Is that not beautiful? We can cascade it to secondary school. Why must we allow every secondary school can have a fashion hub where they produce uniform for the children, and the children in turn goes there to learn how to sew? They can have a cake where they produce the food they eat. Do you know most of our children now don't know how to cook? And you are the cause. You said you suffered when you were very young. Your children don't know how to cook now. That is the next level of poverty. We are spoiling our children. They don't know kitchen. Huh? Knowing how to cook. Do you know it's a skill that put food on the table? Huh. So at least with this kind of program, every school will now have like a kitchen where students are learning how to cook and they're also buying the food. It can be footwear. So there are so many ideas. Once you are a man that is moved with love, you begin to see problems of human beings. And you begin to see the need of others, you become spiritual. Society we have all talked about is us looking beyond ourselves. Because God is in you, is in you, is in you. So if I make up my problem everybody is facing, how can I solve it? That is the root of every business. The one that resonates with your gifts, the one you can easily solve, that does not stress you because everything must emanate from you. Especially the one you can solve without taking money from it. So if what you can do for free, you are charging a fee, you'll be in heaven on earth. About Bank of Industry, let me give you some names. Let me give you my number. I will give you the number of the divisional head, my colleague that is in that covered entire Southwest. I will give you 2 more numbers. The state manager in Ikeja here and the state manager in Lekki. We have 2 offices.